Hello, welcome to the Daley Doodle, and in this edition we're going to be talking through how you can make money on the freelance website Fiverr in 2018. Okay, if I just come into Illustrator, now I've prepared this breakdown really of how we're going to approach this. If you want to download this PDF, if you look in the comment sections below, you can find the link there to get this PDF and all my other resources for my videos as well. And let's zoom in here and let's go through this step by step. So a lot of people will say, well, why Fiverr, Dale? I've shared a lot about how it devalues the marketplace, how it devalues freelance services. And what you have to think about is what the system of Fiverr is and how you can use that to your advantage and how you can find ways around it. So for those of you who don't know, what is Fiverr? It's the world's largest online marketplace for small services. You sell things called gigs, which is your skill or a product or something that you can do. And those base gigs start at $5. You have to offer something for $5. Once you have offered things and you've completed more and more gigs, you then get access to more options. You unlock more abilities to do things, and you can offer your services for higher amounts of money. Fiverr is definitely seen as a place to get things done on the whole, quickly and cheaper, rather than looking for someone to pay a lot more money to. And that's something you need to bear in mind if you are going to be on Fiverr and how you're going to approach it in that way. So why should you use Fiverr? Well, there's a few reasons for this. For a start, it has the most traffic of the freelance websites. You're looking at 40 million hits plus per month, which is a huge amount of volume going through the website. Another reason is that it is a third party. What this means is that they are the middle person between you and the client. That means there's a lot more control. The communication is all done through them, and they also monitor the payments. So there's very little chance of someone not paying you, and everything is kind of controlled within their mediums. So that gives you a lot more of a safety buffer to work with. And essentially, if you approach Fiverr in the way of offering a product, and I'll explain more about this in a little bit, rather than offering yourself as a service or your skill as a service, you're going to do a lot better on this website. So what do you need to begin? Well, essentially you're going to need a skill in line with their homepage offerings. Having a skill which falls in line with graphics and design, digital marketing, writing, video and animation, programming, music. There's lots of different things that you can offer on Fiverr. So that's one thing you need to bear in mind is, do I have one of those skills that I can offer on Fiverr? You also want to be quick and diligent with this skill. You want to have enough practice to replicate this thing quickly. And I would suggest doing this skill within an hour. And I'll talk about this in a couple of seconds. And then finally, then you're going to need a lot of patience. This is not going to happen overnight. Fiverr is something that you are going to have to start at the bottom and work your way up. Okay, so how exactly, Dale, are we going to do this? The first thing we want to do is we're going to take the skill we have and we're going to template it. Now, what this means is, and I'll get onto this in terms of specifics in a second, but the first thing you want to do is, as I just mentioned, make sure this is something that you can do essentially in under an hour. So something that you're very quick at, something that you know how to do well, and something that you can offer to a multitude of people knowing that nothing really is going to throw a curveball at you. What you're also going to do is, the more you do of this, the more you're going to archive everything. So say, for example, you're selling sports logos. The more of them you do, the more you want to keep an archive of those templates, because they're going to come in handy when you come back in future to revisit logos that were very similar, or you can reuse a lot of fonts, a lot of designs, and, same with music and audio and some other skills as well that you can offer. And then finally, then you need to be incredibly specific about your multiple, if you want to do multiple gigs offerings. And this brings me on really to step 2, which is creating your specific product. Now, I've given you here 3 examples of something that's very bad to do on Fiverr, something that is better, and then something that's very good. So say, for example, you are a logo designer. Now, to go on Fiverr and offer your service as I will design your logo is probably one of the worst things you can do, because you're factoring in an amount of time that you don't know that's going to happen. Designing your logo is just way too broad, and you have to narrow that down. So something along the lines of, I will design a logo for your sports team. Now that's a lot better, because already you're narrowing down the potential clients and you're narrowing down your potential offering to something that you're a lot more comfortable with. I will design your logo. Someone could ask you anything. It could be very complicated. It could be elaborate. It could be in a field that you don't understand. With this, now you're narrowing it down to specifically sports teams, which have with them a very familiar look and feel that you can replicate. And then if you wanted to go further, you would say something like, I will design your sports team's logo in the style of a professional NFL team. So now you are really specifically narrowing down your product offering to something that not many people are really going to be able to throw a curveball at you, because they are very clear of the look and feel of the logo and essentially what it would look like. So if we jump into Fiverr, just want to show you a few examples of some very good products on Fiverr. So this is a good one to start with. I will draw you as a yellow cartoon. This is obviously a reference to the style of drawing of The Simpsons using the yellow skin. And you can see here now this seller, Eliana, is very popular on Fiverr and has templated this down to the point where you just simply give her an image of yourself and then she replicates it like this to make you look like a Simpsons character. It's very direct, you know exactly what you're getting. And then if you go into her gig offerings, you can see by adding on extra gig elements, which are very controlled. So for example, in premium, you say, I will do 5 characters. In standard, you say, I will do 3 characters. In basic, you say, I'll do 1 character. You're controlling what you're offering and you're stopping potential hiccups and unreasonable expectations from the client. So it's all about specifics in Fiverr. Let's show you another good example here. I will set up Google AdWords campaign in 1 day. Again, it's very specific. If you know how to set up Google AdWords for a campaign, the chances are you have a very good idea in your head of the specific amount of time it takes to do all the setup. That makes it a very good thing to offer on Fiverr because it's not dependent on a client going back and forth with different amends and different requests. It's one specific thing, you know how long it will take, and you can deliver it very quickly because you're very effective at doing it. And then again, say you're a copywriter. This is a good example. I will proofread and lightly copy edit 1,000 words of text. You're being very specific. You're not saying, I will edit your copy, which could be a limited amount of words. You're very specifically saying it's 1,000 words and that's all. And then in your multiple gig offerings, then you can work that up to 2,000 words, 5,000 words. You could get even more specific with copywriting. You could say, I will do your Amazon product review for you. So you're nailing it down to just Amazon products and nothing else. So again, the devil is in the detail. And you really need to be specific in what you're offering. Otherwise, you are just going to come completely unstuck. And it's going to be very difficult for you to get to stage 3, which is getting reviews. Now, unfortunately, that's how it works on Fiverr. The more reviews you have, the more you work up the rankings, and the easier it's going to be for people to find you organically and use your service. So when you initially start, you'll have your initial $5 offering, and you need to get those reviews in, because the more you have, the quicker you can move up to a level 1 seller and then a level 2 seller. Now, one thing, a couple of ideas for you. You could offer this to friends and family, maybe offer to refund them. Another thing you could do is email the support team and ask them to be on the front page for exposure. If you have a very unique gig on Fiverr, they are more likely to put you on the front page, and that will put more eyes on your product offering. Now, once you hit level 2, you will have enough reviews and enough of a reputation that then you can start really having a lot of fun with this. You can set your own prices, you can offer a lot more money for your services because you have the reputation to back you up. But getting to level 2 is the hard part. Now, if I come down to some quick maths and takeaways here, so your financial costs. Now, to get on Fiverr, there's obviously no initial upfront cost, but you will need a way to be paid. Now, this is very commonly done through PayPal, but you can also do direct transfers to your bank account and other means. For every $5 you make on Fiverr, Fiverr will take $1, which is a 20% commission. So it's very high commission, particularly if you're doing hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of work. But unfortunately, that's the way it is. Now, on a base $5 gig, Fiverr would take their $1 commission, and then PayPal fees then would amount to around 42 cents. So for every $5 you make, you'd be roughly making around $350, $360. So it is unfortunate that Fiverr's commission is so high, but unfortunately those are the rules. Now, if we come over to time, fiverr.com/levels will give you a good idea of how you get to that level 2 status. Okay, so here on the levels page. Now, you'll see here, when you start out, you can only have 7 active gigs. You can only add 2 additional gigs up to a value of $20. And you can send a custom offer of up to 5,000, but obviously those are few and far between. The bulk of the traffic on Fiverr is going to be looking for your $5, $10, and $20 offerings. Now, how do you get to level 1? You've got to complete at least 60 days as an active seller, so you're looking around 2 months. You have to complete 10 orders, earn at least $400, and then throughout them, you have to maintain 90% order completion, response rate, and maintain a 4.8 star rating. Now, if you offer a specific product, that's going to be a lot easier to do because the expectations of the client are not going to be through the roof. Okay, now level 2 is the big one. Level 2 is really where you kind of start to separate yourself from the rest of the field. You can reach a top rated seller, but a lot of people online agree that level 2 is where you have a lot more autonomy to set your own prices and do what you want. So you need to complete at least 120 days as a seller, which is around 4 months, obviously 50 individual orders, earn at least $2,000, and then you have to maintain that 4.8 star rating along with a 90% rating on response, order completion, and delivery dates. So if we're looking at time, we're looking at 120 days, around 4 months, 50 orders completed, and $2,000 earned. At a $40 base rate, you'd need to do 50 gigs. At a $20 base rate, you'd have to do 100. And then finally, if you just offered your minimum $5 entry-level gig, you would have to complete 400. So that would mean you'd have to do 4 a day, or if you could get it up to a base rate of 20, you'd be looking at 1 per day. So it's going to be initially a lot of work up front. If we come over to the lowdown here and the takeaways. So your first 4 to 6 months are going to be so tough on Fiverr. And this really needs to be a side gig alongside your main income. You know, you're not going to quit your job, set up as a freelancer on Fiverr and offer your services for hundreds of dollars. As I've said before, you have to find a way to template and very specifically offer something that you can do very quickly, with ease, and replicate multiple times. You give this away as much as you can, just to get the reviews in, try and get on the front page as you want, try and do something unique enough that the Fiverr team would think, yeah, we should put that on the homepage. It sounds pretty interesting. There's a lot of really kind of funny, wacky things that you can order on Fiverr. So be very specific and be very creative in what you offer. And if you can do that, if you can do it very quickly, as I said, aim for under an hour. Obviously, this will change now and again because of client demands. But if you be very specific, very quick, and you get those reviews in, you will grow on Fiverr. And then, once you've hit the 4 to 6 month mark, yes, you wouldn't have made much money, but you would have grown to the point where you can then offer your service at a much greater value, and it's something that could support you as a much bigger income. That, my friends, is how you make money on Fiverr in 2018. So it is a lot of work and you do have to get stuck in, but you've got 40 million hits per month on that website. So there's definitely a lot of opportunity there. I really hope you've enjoyed this video, everyone. If you want to download this PDF, if you head in the comments below, you'll find the link to take you to the place to download this PDF. And I really hope you've enjoyed the tutorial. Be sure to check out all the other tutorials on my YouTube. Until next time, keep at it, best of luck, and I will see you in the next tutorial.